is I could look at my bank account. I see the money there waiting for the third, so I can get paid.
Mm.
Just sit there pending.
Sitting there, and you're like, "Give me," and you gotta wait till the third.
Yeah, $7,500.33.
Welcome to the J Hood Creative Channel. J Hood Creative or J Hood Comics?
J Hood Comics.
But the brand, like the intro, will say J Hood Creative. I gotta get that straightened out.
Well,
In any case,
you got a year.
thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching the rewind. Thanks for the live folks that are here. We'll play a quick animation, and then we'll get this party started. I got a stack of books about this high. I'm gonna try to blow through an hour and a half, and we'll get this party started. We'll be right back with you.
Get it started. Get it started.
Not that. It's the wrong thing, J Hood.
Mm-mm-mm. Hello, boys and girls.
Hey, we are here. There we go. Man, StreamYard is doing all these updates. You can click carrots to get rid of stuff, get them out of your way, and I haven't gotten used to it at all. But hey, I'm Jay Hood.
Progress. Oh, I'm Coach Vic.
Here with Coach Vic, and we're going to have a guest on with us. And we do have, you look at the little thing down here, we got open invite tonight. So if anybody wants to hop on, just send me a DM through Instagram, and I'll send you the link, and you can come on with us.
Slide into his DMs.
There you go. I'm not that cool. I can't pull that off. I can say hit me up and it comes out all right. Slide into my DMs.
Yeah.
That seems creepy.
Plus, your wife might have issues with that.
Yes, indeed. But hey, we do have a guest with us. Let's bring him in. And we'll shout out everybody that's hanging out with us in the background. And it's the big guy himself, Biggie Shack. How you doing, Biggie?
Doing great. Thank you for the invite. Good to see you, Coach Jay Hood.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you.
Why do I feel like you're getting ready to, kill somebody?
You're gonna take care of business.
Well, I lost my fingerless gloves, so I just got my winter gloves for now. But
Okay.
I feel naked without gloves, so
I get that.
yeah,
Some things gotta be handled.
yeah. Trying out the new. These are nice, like leather, good ones. It might be a little too hot.
They look nice. I got to get a pair of good winter gloves.
Winter's over.
It's the winter just getting
No,
started,
yeah, right.
especially here in the Midwest. Hey, let's shout out the people who've been hanging out. Unruly Simeon always checks in before the show. Rob Boswell is here. Magic Lasso, thanks for hanging out with us live tonight, man. And then we got Metarog. Thanks for joining us, Roger. And Coach Vic is here in spirit and reality.
Yay.
Southern Comic Geek is here. Thanks for joining us. And we'll get this thing rolling.
Woohoo.
So Christmas, I usually get a few comics, like usually like big heavy duty like trade paperbacks, hardbacks, and stuff like that. I usually get at least one. And this year, I asked for like big boy stuff like clothes and tools and boring stuff like that. I did get a few books, somewhat comic book tangential. My dad joke game was way off, so my family made sure that I'm well equipped.
Sorry.
Put that next to the toilet so I can study up.
Funny, I asked for some big books, and my dad's like, "I ain't getting you books. Here's some money." So you took long for me to move out you comic books.
He ain't lying.
Sounds like a good dad to me.
Something got Comic Geek said, "Biggie, if the glove doesn't fit, you might quit."
That's right.
So, one of the other books I got is it's an art book. If you know the name Robert McGinnis, they've been putting some of his famous paperback novels on the covers of comics these days. Like, what's the one book? Slipping my mind now. It's like about the assassin. I want to say Gun Candy. That's not it. But it's always got pretty girl with a gun on the cover, and they've been lifting some of his artwork for that. And I got this book called The Art of the Real Tom Sawyer, which it's kind of interesting because you can tell it's very comic book like art, but this was all done in the mid-century, say the 50s through the 70s, and he would do like all the drawings that they would cut out and put in like newspaper ads and stuff like that. But turns out he did do some comic art like way back in the 50s too. So, but I haven't had a chance to really dig into that to check it out yet.
Just saying, the real Tom Sawyer is from Hannibal Moe.
Magic Lasso knows Gun Honey. That's the name of the book that the McGinnis covers on.
Take those two.
Sure. And then,
So I got something for a second. So
what you got?
You said the 1950s, and that made me think of the 1800s for some reason. Did y'all see in Europe that in Ben Franklin's house they found like 50 corpses in the basement? Did y'all see that story yet?
No.
It's like recent this year they found out, and they found a bunch of dead bodies, even children. So Ben Franklin might have been a serial killer.
That's
all.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah.
I mean, even if he's not a serial killer, I could see him like have bodies for like the medical.
That's what I was thinking.
Experimentation kind of thing. The education.
Yeah, there's nothing really that hints towards that though. It seems like it's a little too secretive to be a good thing. It's probably bad, I would think.
I would imagine 100 bodies in anybody's house is a bad thing.
Yeah.
So the last book I got for Christmas that is comic book like super tangential is See You at San Diego with Jack King Kirby right there. Full color on the cover. So this is like a 2-inch thick book, just with articles, little blurbs about the early San Diego Comic-Con and that scene and the guys that put it together, and just kind of stories about all the stuff that happened back in the day. There's so many wild stories about, feuds and fist fights and stuff like that happening between comic book creators. I'm super intrigued to find out more. So I'm hoping I'll be able to find some of that dirt in a big volume like this.
That's interesting. Well, who's that next to him? It was Weird Al.
Yeah, it does look like Weird Al. I honestly don't know.
Oh, okay.
Someone Medrog might know. I mean, everybody in the background are a bunch of other comic book creators and guys that ran the show and stuff like that back in the day. Unruly Simeon says Abe Lincoln, Vampire Hunter versus Ben Franklin, the Dahmer of the 18th century. Nice.
Yeah.
Rob Boswell, I got an art book of Derek Riggs with a hand-drawn sketch. Cool.
Right.
Oh, he's the Iron Maiden cover artist. That's awesome.
The group?
Yeah. Iron Maiden always had, was it Eddie on their covers?
No. I have no. I think I bought Iron Maiden album from my best friend's brother once, but that's it. That's it.
So you got a little special something there. I got something from my pal Al. He picked up something from the comic book store with a gift certificate I got for him. So Biggie had to bow out for a second. So
the wrapping is immaculate,
isn't it? I do it myself. I'm the only one in the family. I'm the gift wrapper. I'm the only one. You got him back there. I'm the only one that takes the time to get the tight corners.
I will say the stuff lined up. I mean, it's so good. I just can't rip right into it.
This is admittedly hard wrapping paper to rip. So
That's what you do when you get construction paper for your daughter's presents. I watch the struggle just trying to get the paper off. Oh, look at that. You can reuse that.
You know, back in the day, people would do like, I'm going to save this for later. Like they'd fold it up real neatly. Whoever reused that stuff.
My cousin Anita. Perfect. Thank you.
Just what a growing boy needs, right?
Yes. I wanted to help. That's my Iron Man #9.
Oh shit!
2 or 3 books I think I need to finish my run here. Ooh, ooh.
That's the first reread Ironheart.
Yep.
Oh, this one is?
Yeah.
Appearance, yeah.
Nice.
So I got you the cameo last year,
Yes.
and this just shows how much the market has dipped in a year. That I was able to, stick to my budget, so to speak, and grab that for you.
Congratulations, Coach.
Working on it.
That's a good book.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that might be the biggest book you see tonight. But
I actually, it's funny because I didn't like I said, I have most of the books in the series and I haven't opened them, so I just bought the basically the digital omnibus.
Okay.
So I could read it because I didn't want to open my books.
There's no shame in reading your books, man.
Yeah, I know, but it'll be that one time I get a big old jelly thumbprint right there on the corner of the page, and that'd be the one book. Yeah, this could have been $10 million if it wasn't for that jelly thumbprint.
Yeah, I won't let you read my X-Men, my giant size X-Men while you're eating your donuts, but
you keep the boxes.
No, we don't keep the boxes. All right, so let's dig into this stack so we're not here all night. So first thing I'm going to show is I picked up the first issue of this back when it first was like new-ish. I think I actually had to pick it up off eBay after the fact.
Yeah, it's so disturbing.
I missed it. But it's this Ultra Mega series by James Herron and Dave Stewart. So James Herron he's more known for his art, but he's the artist and writer on this one. And it's basically like Mega Man as a Mega Man type story. It's a giant guy that fights kaiju, which is not usually my thing, but the first issue just really grabbed me. So,
Mega Man.
Godzilla creatures, like giant creatures.
Oh yeah, that's Ultraman.
Yeah, Ultra Mega. It's definitely an Ultraman, not knockoff, but kind of tribute.
Kind of like Power Rangers, Coach Vic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So who published that? It was
Image.
Okay, Image, Skybound.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's about a year old, but
these are thick books too.
Yeah, they're all square bound. Definitely suggested reading. I read the first issue when I got the first one, but I need to read through the rest now.
It's just a 4-book series?
I think there are only 4 issues out, but I'm not sure if it's one of those ongoings where the creator is just lagging or if that's it.
Oh.
But so Megarog, don't eat and read comics simultaneously.
I got my computer working. I'll be right back.
Okay,
right.
Cool.
Sweet.
All right, that's good advice. Yeah. It's not so much eating as it is drinking. I mean, yeah, I got the adult sippy cups. Thank you, Rob. Thank you. I worked hard. Just tell you, it's not easy being his friend. I got to carry all the conversations. I got to make all the jokes. I got to invite myself over to his house, invite myself over to see him at work for lunch. I got to invite myself. It's almost like he doesn't want me around.
You are the spice to this life, man. Otherwise, it's just this old crusty dude showing his comics to other old crusty dudes.
Am I sounding all right?
Yeah, you sound good.
All right, much comfortable now. Much more comfortable.
Man, great picture too.
Yeah, I love my camera and my computer setup a lot better than my phone.
Salute, the old school.
How old is that cup?
It was from 1989.
1989.
And this is a double. I drink out of my doubles. So I've got a whole set of all these old plastic cups, like in a bin over there. I've got all the lids too, the little Frisbee lids. All right, so start digging through the stack again. So I picked up this kind of recently. We were doing some Christmas shopping and was going through an antique mall. And I couldn't pass this up for $10.
Yes.
Couldn't leave that there. This is Crime Does Not Pay number 129. So it's pre-code crime comics.
Yes, the rest of the family's out there shopping for other people. And who's perusing the comics.
Who did that cover? Do you know?
I don't.
Looks like oh shit! I want to say.
Glasses.
Forget it. Just forget it. I'll say something stupid.
You're all right. If I had my glasses, I could take a closer look. It doesn't look like a style that is super recognizable, but it's nice, clean work.
How do you have 15 pair of glasses?
I want to say the guy that worked on Blue Ribbon or some shit. I don't know. No, I'm probably wrong. It's got a picture, like a photo box art. That's really interesting.
Armed and dangerous, proceed with caution. Bill Flint, the lone wolf killer.
Well,
It says Charles Virio right on it. So I'm gonna guess Charles Virio.
$15 screwdrivers and no glasses.
I was doing a project earlier, and I just laid him down in a hurry. Charles Biwer, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I think it is.
Okay. Let's see. Kenneth Bird is here. Looks like I missed. Oh, here he is.
Lev Gleason, does that count?
Lev Gleason was the
Could
publisher.
be. Oh, okay.
Everybody gets top billing. The editor's the publisher.
Oh, nice.
It's the world's finest.
That's some Kurt Swan action.
Yeah, 146. So this is. I really love this. The conceit of this story that Batman was originally Kryptonian.
Damn. So it's like Silver Bullet, but from the Silver Age. Holy shit.
Yeah. So the whole issue is Batman trying to convince Superman he's from Krypton.
Did you see what happened in the Elseworlds story that was like that? Did you read that one?
I read it back in the day when it first came out. It's been a long time.
So Superman kills Batman's parents' murderers. If you guys don't know.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got to pull that one back out.
Huh. So Batman has a reason to want to fight Superman finally.
Yeah.
That's a pretty book.
I'm really digging on this Silver Age Legion of Superheroes and Superboy and Supergirl books. So
Yeah.
we'll pick up a few more of those.
Shooter wrote in some of those early adventures. Did you know that?
Yeah.
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 He was a kid. He was like 15, 16 years old writing for Superman Adventure Comics. Like,
Really?
Yep.
oh
Has
yeah.
he already left town?
But he hasn't been in town yet. Yeah, he's coming to our town to our local show this spring. So I hope to get his first work on Legion of Superheroes and have him sign it. Lady F, good to see you.
Good evening, Lady F.
So I know Lady F is into books like this. This is one of the books I was hunting. I think this is one of the John Byrne issues that I needed. Yeah, this one's a little bit rougher condition than I like, so I'll probably end up putting this in the spinner rack and upgrading it. But Count Nefaria, always loved his costume. He's kind of a nobody villain, but
Man, you're burying the lead. That has a street ball comic in with Dr. J.
well, that was a very common ad back in the day. Who was it? Dr. J, and who was the other guy? Rick
I think it
Barry.
was Pistol Pete or some
Barry,
shit.
Barry,
Wasn't it Rick Barry?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
The king of the granny free throws.
That's right.
Metarog says Jim Shooter was 13 when he wrote issue 346.
Wow.
It's even worse than you imagine. It just gets younger and younger.
I heard the editor, I can't remember his name, Mort Weisinger maybe, it was a real jerk, even to him, like as a kid.
Well, it was really good material because he was creating shit like Insect Girl, Fat Lad, and all that. Bouncy Boy. He was doing crazy shit. So yeah,
He came up with a few.
As a 13-year-old.
13. He's the one that did Secret Wars. So there you go.
Went on to write that.
Really? I just got that digitally.
So these this stack of books I'm showing right now, I picked up at a local show back in like September, October, something like that. So
This is the hotel show?
Oh, that's a fucking tough one to get, bro.
yeah, and it was relatively cheap. I think it was only 15 or 20 bucks, maybe something like that. But
Damn.
I think this has got like the one-page synopsis of each villain, like it's his own showcase page, so you get the rundown of all the key villains.
Wow.
So and then it's Gene Colan drew it. So this is one of the runs of Batman that I don't have a whole lot of that I want to go back and pick up now. The Gene Colan Detective and Batman books.
And he drew that wonderfully well, dude. Colan is top tier.
Yeah, I mean we always think of Batman in the Silver Age is kind of cheesy, and then Neil Adams kind of made him more made him darker, and then I think Gene Colan did a good job of maintaining that kind of darkness up until this came out before Dark Knight Returns, and everybody thinks, well, Batman was getting too light, so Dark Knight Returns kind of returned him to the darkness. But when Gene Colan was drawing him, it was like pretty dark, spooky stuff.
So Batman's basically always been a dark character?
It kind of started out that way, and it's kind of fluctuated back and forth ever since. But now everybody, it's like he's got to be a dark character, and nobody likes him. Metarog says Jim Shooter created Karate Kid, Feral Lad, and Princess Projector. Yeah.
Okay.
Daniel LaRusso?
Daniel LaRusso. I wonder what homage for this cover. Yeah, that'd be cool. Have all of Wonder Woman's rogues galleries and those pictures in there.
Well, the way you was explaining it, it kind of sounded like Amazing Annual Spider-Man 1 with the big splash pages of every villain. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
If you go through Amazing Annual 1, that's how it is. It has a splash for like every 2 or 3 pages.
Cool. Yeah, I've never had a chance to look through that one.
Or the JSA one.
JSA one.
The book that we just read.
Oh, that modern. So, Dad, why have you locked me in this lead glass booth? I dig all the Batman, Superman, Sons issues too.
Yeah.
This is Action 391. The punishment of Superman's son.
Who punished him? Superman?
Superman did. I picked up this one, Action. This is 392. The shame of the super son. Look, Superman, my son's kicking your son's ass.
Yeah, I've seen that. There's a few of those diving into pool covers too.
Yeah.
It's not the first time they did that cover.
I have a question about this one though.
Okay.
I've never heard of gold kryptonite. Has it ever been used before?
Oh my God, there's 100 colors, Coach. There's a million.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Just like a radiant black or this colorful.
Whenever that cover where he's breaking the chains, I don't know if it's bronze or silver, but he finally defeats green kryptonite in that issue. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So each version of the kryptonite has different effects. I can't remember which one. Is it orange that gives humans superpowers or something like that?
Okay. I can't remember either. I know red is a pretty popular one.
Yeah.
I mean, with my limited knowledge, I'm assuming Lex Luthor is building all this in a lab somewhere.
No.
Oh, to erase his powers. Okay.
Different shards floating around from space.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Doo kryptonite. Yeah. Brown. Don't eat the brown kryptonite. I've seen this one around.
I've
a
had
lot.
that one.
I always like that cover.
Yeah, it's a Neil Adams cover. It's fucking gorgeous. It's a
Yep.
good one.
Of course, I love the header with Superman and Supergirl up there. That's always cool. The trade dress. Another Adventure Comics.
That's a key, I think.
Is it?
I think so.
I was gonna say that looks like a High Life.
A High Life.
Yes,
Explain yourself.
with the finally across the top. I mean, from all the way across.
Oh, like
Maybe it was just me.
The beer logo.
No. I meant the children's book.
Oh, highlights for children. Metalrock's got the Brown K Kryptonite issue. Brown gives.
Shoot, that crippled superhero faster than anything else would.
Got Jim Yelson's
Yes.
pal with Don Rickles as the special guest star.
Treat it like his episode of Scooby Doo. Special guest, Don Rickles.
Who would have ever thought that Don Rickles would be featured in a comic? I mean, I love the guy, but I guess they went on to do David Letterman and Saturday Night Live crew. So I guess,
Oh yeah, he's one of the greatest co-hosts ever for Carson, I believe, and Letterman.
Is there a Tim Conway and Don Knotts issue of something somewhere?
Jerry Lewis had a ton of comics. I know that.
Yeah, that's true. Neil Adams drew a lot of those. Good evening, Mastodon. Thanks for joining us.
Hello.
So at this show, these were the two kind of the bigger keys that I picked up at this Avengers 137, where Beast joins the team.
Oh,
So when I grew up as a lad, Beast was an Avenger, not an X-Man.
Oh,
It wasn't until I kind of learned my history that I found out that Beast didn't always look like this, and C was an X-Man.
which one was he first?
He was an X-Man first.
Okay.
I've never really thought about how Beast looked before he turned blue fur. What the hell did he look like?
He was he had a bigger stature, so Cyclops and Angel and Iceman were all kind of the same size.
He was just a bigger human, right?
He was bigger, and then he had huge hands and feet, and then
Yeah,
he was
like
real acrobatic.
ape-like appendages with his hands and feet.
Yeah.
That was it. Okay.
So, and then this is the book I spent the most on. A pretty decent copy.
Oh, you gotta get some. You gotta get some Doom spec, bro. That's the good stuff right there, right now. I think.
I love the storyline where Doom takes over Silver Surfer's powers. You get Dr. Doom riding the Silver Surfer's surfboard.
Every one of them damn Silver Age FF book Doom covers have went up in value and gotten harder to get.
Is this where I get to spread my rumor that has no basis in anything?
Sure.
Denzel Washington's gonna play Doom.
Whoa.
That's a rumor. Dave Enrique.
Trust me, I've never heard that from anybody. That's just me hoping.
Get your hands off me.
See this right here, Avengers
What he
made Beast funny. They did give him a lot more personality in the Avengers.
Really?
And I really liked the relationship between him and Wonder Man. They were like the comedy duo.
Nice.
My Avengers memories consist of She-Hulk and Hercules always making out.
Somebody posted a picture of them in bed this week on Instagram. I remember seeing that
Well, when did she meet Daredevil? When did that happen?
in the TV show.
Oh,
I don't remember her in the comics even meeting Daredevil.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what got everybody chapped. So here's another run, and Lady Fantastic's I think she's gonna be kind of into this too, but it's a bit unusual. I think Metarog's gonna like it too. So I picked up those trades. They were print-on-demand trades of John Byrne's kind of fantasy fiction X-Men stories. It collects all of his pencil pages from that. But everybody forgets the X-Men: The Hidden Years. That was basically John Byrne's interpretation of what happened between the end of the regular run up until Giant Size X-Men 1. So this fills in all the reprint issues. And I think they even match, like the number of issues he did matches the number of reprints that they did back in the day. So it's all John Byrne writing and art. And I kind of just got, I saw one eBay seller that had like half the run. I'm like, okay, I'll find another eBay seller with the other half. And I ended up getting all of them except the last issue. So
There's
I
no
still
numbers
got
on
to
these.
hunt down the last one. It's
Well,
I
you
guess
saw
first
the
issue.
Spider-Man Lost Years just got a important key out of it recently, so that could be something too.
yeah, it's the same kind of concept. But yeah, they meet up with Kazar.
I think I heard about that from Lasso first, actually, but I could be wrong.
This makes sense because I know there was some friction there. 104 and 109. I if we have time, I'll go over what I'm going to be looking for. But I've got about 8 issues right around issue 100. I got to get. But it's got the old Magneto in the orange costume. He's only in it for a while. And there's like 20 issues, so I'm not going to go through necessarily every one.
But you only have 19 of them.
I've got 21 of the 22 issues or something like that.
Yeah.
So they did a little rewriting of history where they meet Aurora before she joins the team. What?
Why are they still making her so light skinned though? And she's borderline white here. Well, okay,
She's a little darker there.
darker up in the second one.
Got a meeting the Fantastic Four. Giving a hint of kind of some things to come with a Phoenix appearance on a cover. So yeah, I could go on, but I'll just do the quick show. There we go. Maybe like this. Is this a wraparound? Yeah, this is a wraparound. No, it's not. Just got a colorful ad on the back. But Magneto versus Sauron. But I'd never even bothered to pick these up when they first came out, even though I was collecting for sure at the time. I guess I just figured that they're all just kind of nonsense stories that I didn't need to pay attention to, which they may end up be just that, but I'm not going to turn my nose away from more John Byrne X-Men in my lifetime, so. FF homage, that's pretty cool. So if anybody's got an issue 22 they want to part with, please let me know.
Oops.
That's true.
So he wrote this after Giant X-Men 1 or before?
Well, John Byrne had nothing to do with Giant Size X-Men 1, but so these are stories written after that was published that tell the stories before that issue.
Okay. So, in a sense, when he writes like this, he already knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's kind of cheating.
Well, yeah. For sure. So one of our LCSs in the area is called Tom's Vintage Toys, but he does have comic books. But he celebrated a anniversary year this year, so he put on a big sale where he put a bunch of stuff, just put it out there. Everything's $5. So just happened to land Ultimate X-Men Volume 9 trade paperback for $5,
I need to check Facebook more often.
and 100 Bullets Volume 1 trade. I was gonna let Coach Vic have it, but then I saw he had it digitally on his phone, so I was like, well, I'll find somebody else that needs it. Working from behind the times. Okay, so Tom's Vintage Toys. If you're in the northern Indiana area and visit, and you see the books he's got out, and you want to see more, just ask him, because he's got like 7 short boxes behind the table of the better stuff, or behind his cash register.
Oh, thanks, guys.
So these are other books that I picked up after the fact from him. So
Oh, that's a good one. That's when Beast joins the Avengers, I think, right?
the other one's when he joins, but this one really focuses on him. Or maybe he teams up in that one and then he joins in this one. Could be one or the other. But I had this book when I was a kid and then parted ways with it for whatever reason. But had to get that one back. And then I think this is an upgrade to the really crusty copy I got of Avengers 179, which is another John Byrne issue.
Mm-hmm.
And Compton, thanks for joining us tonight, man.
Good morning. Good evening. Yeah.
So, picked up Avengers 117, which is part of the Avengers Defenders War. I'm still chipping away at that run.
The Defenders win that, right?
Both teams carry on their books, so everyone wins. I picked up a nice copy of Captain Marvel number 20, which Gil Kane drew this one. So I've got a couple other Gil Kane Captain Marvels I need to pick up since I picked up all the Starlin ones.
Why does this one look so much modern compared to this one over here?
Because that one's a Golden Age Fawcett, and this is
Okay.
early.
So I just checked, it said 44. I'm like, this is 20. Do the math.
2 different characters, 2 different publishers, and 2 different time frames.
Okay.
So then I've really been getting into these early Bronze Age DC war comics. Just because, I was on with Biggie when you did that show. You were focused on the trade dresses.
Oh, yeah.
And these and the DC horror books from the same era are the ones that I like to trade dress on the most.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think that's probably a Kubert cover, too. Kubert was just
for sure.
magnificent back then.
He actually, I think Russ Heath drew a couple of stories in these, but Kubert was still doing the covers. Yeah. Love that cover. The color on this is just amazing. Yeah, I picked up Captain Marvel 18 last year. It was one of the keys I picked up. Another Kubert cover from our Army at War featuring Sergeant Rock.
Sergeant Rock. Is that Hitler?
It's definitely Nazi. I don't think it's Hitler. And another, this great, make this one bigger.
I like that blue and red together.
Yeah, it's cool.
Damn, those are really good, bro. I wish I could find a nice stash of 20 centers like that. I don't see them as much as I'd like.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of horror books in that with that era around here. So those are kind of harder to come by. All right, so hey, Lady F, you're here. Cool.
I got some books whenever you
go ahead.
get done with yours.
You can show some.
All right. So, this whole year I've been taking all my minor keys and getting bigger books. So, whoa, shit! I about fell over trying to grab them. But so I don't have a bunch of. I just have like this is the last book I got. I would consider a big book. I spent $650 on this one. I think it's Fantastic Four #6, the second appearance of Doctor Doom.
Wow.
First team up of Submariner and Doctor Doom. First evil team up, and you know it's a single digit FF, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
So I'm pretty proud of that one. That was my last splurge book I got. This was the first book I got this year, and I paid about 600 and some for this one.
Wow.
Yeah.
First Punisher. I've gotten a pretty good Spider-Man collection through the years. I'm pretty proud of my Spider-Man. So Hulk 180. I know Metarog loves this book. This is a cool one to have.
Yeah, I was really considering putting that on my target list, but it's getting for what it is. It's getting overpriced. I mean,
Well, if this makes you feel any better about it,
last year's prices now it might be worth getting.
Yeah, if this makes you feel any better about it, I probably spent the same amount that I could have gotten one with the Marvel stamp. So I bought mine without a Marvel stamp for about $400, and I thought I was doing pretty good because it was at that time it was hard to get it for that cheap, but it's fine. I don't mind. This is a good book. I'm glad I got it. Silver Surfer 1. It's a 1.8, you know, but this book it's kind of hard to buy raw because I've heard a lot of horror stories of pages missing, and it kind of got me paranoid. So I got a slab copy that was for sure complete. I think it's graded. I'm sure it's a spine split or something, giving it this 1.8, but I think it could get a better grade if I really tried. And then I did get some DC. I didn't just buy Marvel. This one is a goodie. This is probably the best I did on a book, was because when I bought it, I thought, oh, you know, this book is like concrete. It's never going to move in value. It actually went up right after I bought it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's debatably Superman's second biggest villain.
Right.
That's always going to be a money book.
Who's second biggest villain?
Brainiac.
Oh.
Yeah, Brainiac. I can't think of anybody besides Lex Luthor that's close to Brainiac.
I mean, it's got those holes in it, but I think other than that, that looked like a pretty great copy.
I know you're going to say it to me already, but I think you dedicated like a season and a half to Brainiac on Smallville.
Of course.
I got two more. This one is a big one for me. I'm pretty proud of this one. It's first Swamp Thing.
Yeah. I remember a few years ago, that was like the big book to get. Everybody was after that one.
I was I did pretty good this year. I wouldn't think it was as good as the year before, but
no, dude, you killed it this year.
I did okay. I didn't get like the big monster book like I did last year. I got Avengers 1, I think, a couple years ago, and that was $1,500. But this year it was just straight comic book money. I actually sold my car to get that book, so it was, I don't know. I could probably be more proud of this year if I really think about it. And then I actually got two more books. Sorry, I got this one, First Thanos. And it's got brown pages. It looks pretty rough, but you know, it's a 3.0. I got more than that, but this is the big one, and I'm so proud of my friend J Hood because this book's more important to him than me. But I was still able to snap me one up because it is a super important book. Like if the collector can get their hands on it, I suggest you go for it. It's a great book.
All right. See, this is where I need to say, Jamie spent like about 30 minutes trying to work it into the picture so it could be there in the back corner of the picture. And then when he got it all set up, he came up and he moved the camera. It's like,
You're the only one of my pals this year I know that got one. I think.
Yeah.
I can't think anybody else got one besides you.
Yeah, I'm kind of like you. I didn't have as big a year this year as I had the year before, I don't think. But this is always going to be the year I pick this book up. So.
Oh, you stomped the hell out of everybody because I mean I got like a 1.0 copy, maybe one. That's like a nice copy. Like that's a whole different league. That's what I mean. The year before when I got my Avengers 1, that was a good book to get because it could grade. You know, it could be a nice grade or something. But that kicks ass, bro. That's a great copy.
It presents better than it probably is. It's probably a 5.0 if I had a grade, I'm guessing.
Jesus Christ, that's crazy.
I'm going to Aruba.
It's a big book, man.
Well, let me tell you, if anybody like wants one, I mean, there was a time there for a while where I was like, I don't have a chance in hell, and then the market came back down, and it's coming down more. I'm still, I haven't lost money on it yet as far as like what comparable copies go for, but it's definitely much more attainable now than it was in 2020.
He sent me a link to one. Like, are you buying the second one? Because I know you're not sending that to me to buy. He's like, I was considering it for about 5 minutes.
If I had the money, I would go after more.
Happy New Year, Matthew Poe.
Thanks for joining us, man. All right, so I should have been doing this view the whole time.
I'm done. Oh, okay.
Hi. I need to powder my head, I know.
Oh, split the comic. All right, Lady
Really?
F.
With 6 months, I get the kid. No.
So this next, I'm going to call it a chunk of books out of respect to Lady F and Lady F. Who's your pal? The name's slipping my mind.
Rob.
Near mint Rob. Rob Worse. They show chunks of books, and I got this chunk of books from Lady F herself. Got a nice little note with it. So this is the first time I've shown these books. So here's the thing: she put up a lot in an auction of just kind of crazy stuff. Like here's a chunk of books that are just kind of nuts. And I was like, I've got money in the bank, and I'm just going to take her up on that offer. I don't think anybody else is going for it, but it was a lot of 4 or 5 books, and it had stuff like Super Cops by Red Circle Comics Group, which I couldn't tell you anything about Red Circle Comics Group, but that gang on the cover with, was it Gray Morrow? Yeah, Gray Morrow did the art. Respect. So it's like with that and a lot, and a book like
Get Burt Reynolds stash.
Mr. Monster's Weird Tales of the Future. Is it Bernie Krigstein? Basil Wolverton on the cover of that. Just nutty. And then as a Kirby guy, I didn't have Solar Star #1, but that was in lot, so I was like, bonus. I'll take that. But this was the one that I had to have because I can talk to my pastor about the one comic book we both know about now.
Okay. So the Cost of the Switchblade, isn't that a Christian book?
Yeah. So this was done by the Spire Christian Comics Group.
I tell you, I've heard about that thing for about 2 decades now. My first time ever seeing one.
So, yeah, Spire Comics Group. The funny story about that, we'd go on vacations as a kid, and we had family in Alabama, northern Alabama, so we'd go down and visit them, and we'd go into their little town for whatever. So, of course, we go to the drugstore or the grocery store, and like, I got to hit up Spinner Rack, and the Spinner Rack was full of Spire Christian Comics. I was like,
Wow.
Max,
not exactly what I was looking for.
cut me up in 1,000 pieces, and every piece will say, "I love you." Oh,
I actually had a Lady Fantastic book I forgot to show, and it was. She sent me a first covers, Mr. Sinister.
ooh,
Very cool.
Yeah, man.
That,
Cherry
that,
copy.
that book
Also
came
got-
out when I was in high school.
I got this Daredevil from DJ Lynx.
Yeah,
Right before Christmas, these two came in, so
the dirty hairy cover.
I didn't have to get any books because my friend sent me books instead.
Cool.
nice.
So I told Lady F she and Bub are on my list to do sketch covers for. So I said, and I told her that, and so she threw in, just as a return the favor, she threw in a few extra books that were just as crazy as these, if not more crazy. So we got the
Okay.
Occult Files of Dr. Spectre, which I believe was it would have been a gold key, I'm guessing. But obviously it's a Whitman variant. And then I love these two books. These are the kind of books that they're cool. I see other people show them all the time. I'm like, yeah, if I run across those, I'd pick them up. But truth is, I would not look for books like this when I'm out hunting, and I'd spend my money on other stuff. But Neutral. So I'm so happy she sent this. Just
That is cool, man.
the red is extraordinary. It pops so hard.
Oh yeah. Those sci-fi delves are hard to get, bro. You don't hardly see them.
Yeah, so I love that one. And then from, I don't know if that's the brand. So it's got a seal of Super Comics quality, which looks more like a we call it the code, the Comics Code Authority. Daring Adventures of Dynamic Man. The challenge of the little people. I love the trade dress on this. It's got that cool, kitschy mid-century look.
Yeah, it looks like Simon or Kirby kind of art.
Nice.
Yeah, they didn't sign their work back then, so it's hard to say. Maybe somebody like Metarog would know.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here, I don't know if he's referring to the Neutral or to this one.
IW reprint unauthorized. That's probably the one before it too.
Very cool, Matt Lasso. Some guy in Indiana.
Must be cool. Must be cool to have a sketch cover from some guy in Indiana. Just saying.
You don't have one, Vic?
Oh no, I'm not worthy of being.
Oh my God. I'm not even gonna say if I do or
We all know you do.
not.
Come on.
You
I don't know if Vic
you got
remembers.
one
You
of
remember
my
Vic?
favorite ones.
Yeah.
It's the best one, yeah.
All right. Another Instagram seller now is Comics for Cheap, and I know Lady F has been killing it on that guy's sales, so I picked up a couple books. Got a Young Avengers #8, so I'm only lacking Young Avengers #4 to fill the Young Avengers run.
Nice.
Damn.
Just chip away at that as I find it. And then Avengers 118, another issue from the Avengers Defenders War. That's the book I got the thumbnail from tonight. Betterug's at that issue of Neutro. Ross Andrew did most of the IW reprint. So what's IW? So Whitman, I'm guessing.
I'm guessing Whitman too.
All right. So and then Barbarian Kung Fu. We all know and love that dude. He puts up stuff every week, and he put up a copy of DC Spotlight number 50.
Huh.
So if you don't know, if you're into the whole like preview, like the true first appearances and stuff like that, this is from 1985.
In case you didn't know, it tells you in big numbers on the back.
So it does.
50 years.
So Metarog says Irving Waldman is IW. Ben Copton been looking for Dave Stevens books. Cool.
I know Dave Stevens.
I got mine. And Lady F. Oh, you got that? I saw you show that off today.
It's a monster book she got, yeah.
It is. So, Spotlight from 1985. So you think back to, okay, what was happening in 1985? You've got the opening thing is, this is the toughest project I've ever done by Marv Wolfman, where he's talking about Crisis, which is about to launch. It's got, let's see here. It's got this bit about Swamp Thing, and if I had my glasses, I would read the first line to you, but it says something along the lines of, Alan Moore's off to a great start writing this whole Swamp Thing thing. So that kind of sets the stage.
I'll tell you what, have you ever read the first appearance of Swamp Thing?
Yes. Well, no, I don't know that I have.
I think it's a snoozer, man. It's basically like he comes and saves the chick kind of deal, but it wasn't as exciting as I was hoping it would be.
Gotcha. I think Swamp Thing #1 is an awesome book and good self.
Probably a lot better.
So it's got an article in here about Jack Kirby's upcoming work on superpowers.
Oh yeah, dude, that's a big deal, bro, because it was like his redemption, because when he first did it, they was like drawing over his face and he caught shit for that, you know?
Yep.
And that time he had free reign and he did it all himself. They didn't do that stuff to him the second time on superpowers.
Right. So
I really appreciate those, yeah.
It's got a blurb on. We've got this thing coming up called The Dark Knight Returns. It's going to be. They even say it's going to be a 3 or 4 graphic novel series. So they didn't even know how long it was going to be.
Really?
And then it had this little preview of Watchmen. So
I just had that.
Damn, it had like every first appearance of the Copper Age or whatever the hell in that one issue.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, the back cover kind of tells a story. It's got, Crisis. It's got the Dark Side in there. It doesn't have the Dark Knight or anything, but or the Watchmen for that matter. But yeah.
Who's that on the top right?
Black Lightning.
Looks different than the TV show.
They were talking about Black Lightning in that issue because they were doing Batman and the Outsiders. I think was switching over to the Baxter series, and this also has the first inkling of the blue suited Aquaman in it too.
Blue suited.
Yeah, they didn't last long. Let's catch up with a few comments here. Oh yeah, cool. So Wonder Woman inside that spotlight. I don't.
Oh, yeah, she's on the cover.
She's on the cover. I don't remember if it's got a bit in there about her or not. But awesome Jose Luis Garcia artwork on the cover. So I contacted him about it because somebody already claimed the one he had, and he's like, "Well, I got like 3 copies, but I got a guy that wants all of them." So he sold me one of them and sold the rest to whoever that guy was.
Oh, Bow Ice.
Hmm. They are relatively hard to find, and that one's in amazing condition, which is just icing on the cake.
Yeah.
So this is the last chunk of books I got. I just got these this week. I was hoping one other book that I bought on eBay would land by the time we did this, but it's not here, so I'll show that in due time. But it's another war book, a DC war book. But so this time it's a few issues of Star Spangled War featuring the Unknown Soldier.
Okay.
Wow.
In my opinion, I like Unknown Soldier a little bit better than Sergeant Rock, just because
Me too.
comics are a visual medium, and the fact that Unknown Soldier has the bandages on its face and stuff like that,
Right.
it just makes it more interesting looking character.
I agree. And his covers were better back then too.
Yeah,
They probably developed Sergeant Rock better, but Unknown Soldier was a polarizing looking figure when you see him. Like you could barely see him back there. Is that him?
no, I think it's supposed to be this guy up here.
Oh, I don't. Okay, I thought I might have seen him.
So in the first few appearances, as I was like looking into it, I'm like, okay, when do they show him? When does he first appear with the bandages on? Because in the first few appearances, he doesn't have bandages, and like
Oh,
they just don't show his face.
oh shit.
So and then you got this one where it's like, but look at his face, and again, he doesn't have the bandages on his head, but they're not putting his kisser
Huh.
on towards the camera.
I thought it was around the third appearance he had a big frontal of him in the bandages, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, so 151 was his first appearance. So these are his second and third appearances.
Okay.
And then this
Okay.
is 157, which they're
Yeah.
still just avoiding showing them.
I got that one. Yeah.
So look at this trade dress up there. I mean, you read that thing for a half an hour before you even.
That's a whole Walking Dead issue right there.
So in the research that I've done, I think this is his first cover appearance in the bandages.
That's the one I'm talking about. Yeah. I thought that was his third, so that's his fourth.
No, this is 159. So we're like his 8th appearance, I think.
Oh shit.
But I don't have all of them up to this point, so I might be missing something.
That one reminds me of the Golden Age Jack Kirby cover, the real famous war one Doc has. I can't remember the storyline, but it's similar to this cover to me. If you
Yeah, was it Frontline or something like that?
Battle Line, I can't remember yet, but it was the real super popular Kirby cover where a guy shot in the head or some shit.
Yeah. So we got
Oh,
that
sure.
one.
Oh, you're killing them, bro. I got that one too. I got all these.
So yeah,
That was good.
This one seller had this whole lot, so I just took him up on.
I don't have that one. Oh shit.
So at this point, they're starting to put him into disguises and stuff like that. So that's another aspect of the character that.
I didn't see. I don't read them. I just collect them. I like the one where he's like dragging the milk jug, and that must have been him too. Then
could be. So yeah, the old guy down here, that's the Unknown Soldier.
He's kind of looked like that a few times. Yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure that was him though.
So yeah. So that is it. That's what I got.
Oh man, those are the best, bro. You can't hardly beat a Kubert, man. That's where I really spoiled myself.
Yeah, and
I'll go grab one since you were showing them.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not really going to go down the deep end with DC war books, only because a lot of them are just cover buys, and I'm not really that big into cover buying. But of course, there's just so much other stuff I want to have that's got my attention.
Right.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with Joe Kubert, that's for sure. He's a master of disguise and infiltration.
Oh, that's what I want to know. Who's the Hammer of Hell?
The Hammer of Hell.
Yes.
I don't know.
It's like on the third book. It was the extra story. Oh, there's another. There's a short story here. Then there's a full-length story here.
Okay, well, the Hammer of Hell, I guess, would refer to Enemy Ace. Let's hide that. Yeah, I was just gonna say Enemy Ace because they're doing the cross sell of the backup stories at Enemy Ace. So Enemy Ace was a World War One German pilot, which I never understood how they're making him out to be the hero. And Metarog might know that story too, but it might be too long to explain in the chat.
Did you fly out the Red Baron?
Yeah.
AKA Snoopy.
I'm sorry, you're right. Enemy Ace was our guy. Red Baron was the other guy. I
Well,
guess
Snoopy was our guy. Wasn't Snoopy the Red Baron? World War One flying ace?
he was always fighting against the Red Baron.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Sorry I did it to you, Snoop. Tight feet.
The Red Baron is a pizza.
Those books look good even apart from the plastic bag.
Yeah, it's not just Mylar Magic. Well, some of them were in pretty good shape. Actually, the first one that I showed, the 152, it's a little bit rough on this spine here. But yeah, most of these were in pretty decent shape. Let's see if I can find you the Enemy Ace. Yeah. Let me tell you, as an artist, being able to draw both people and hardware, equally well is a challenge. There's a duo of artists that worked in the advertising field doing advertisements, illustrated advertisements for Pontiac. I got a book about recently where it was two guys doing these pieces of art, both like tag teaming on it. I'm like, okay, how are their styles that close that they're both able to work on it? The way they did it was one guy drew the car, and the other guy drew the background, including the people.
Okay. I was going to say, I was just thinking, the only time you do people is when you do a sketch cover, basically, right?
Me personally?
Yeah.
In the work that I've been doing the last year, yeah, generally that's the case. I've been doing a little bit more character art. I did character art for Space 1999 for one of those box covers. And
yeah.
But I did like the Stormtrooper for the TIE Fighter cover or box cover I did.
That was the one that was on Big Bang Theory, right?
I'll go with yes. No, that I know what you're talking about now. The old Space 1999 kit that was in the background of Big Bang.
I was just like, Jamie did that. It was on Big Bang Theory. I was like, what? I said that. But she didn't believe me.
Metarog said he had a code of honor, never killed or hurt an enemy or disadvantaged opponent.
So I couldn't find the one with the rhino I was looking for. There's a Tarzan cover. I've been getting Tarzan Kubert lately, but I did find the other full Tarzan that I like. So he's fighting like a Wendigo Bigfoot guy. There's a bunch of guys in that.
Wendigo.
You see him smash another guy. This has a lot going for it, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I picked up a couple of those Kubert Tarzans from you recently in one of your auctions.
Enemy Ace. Enemy
Ace.
So what title is that? What's on that banner at the top?
War Story, Star Spangled.
Okay, so Star Spangled War Stories were Enemy Ace before they became.
Yeah, some of these had the Viking Prince ads on the front. I have another one that's like that. And I got this one, I believe. Nope, it's a Kubert. It is a bad Kubert too, boy, I tell you. Look at this one.
Nice.
I swore I had another one out. I don't know where I put it. I think it was the one you ok'd me, but I do got this one. I got mine's all sun faded.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no enemy ASAD. You got this one, don't you?
Yeah. That's there are two first appearances of Unknown Soldier. One is like supposedly the real Unknown Soldier, where Sergeant Rock runs into him. But I think this is the character, the DC character that they made into the.
You got the really good one I like too, where he's like screaming in the rain.
Yeah.
You got that one. That's it. I can't find my favorite ones, but those are pretty good.
Cool. Let's see.
Well, I better start packing it up, man, before too long. How much longer you gonna be on here?
I don't know, maybe another 10 minutes or so.
What do you think? Is Lady coming? No? I thought you mentioned Lady Fantastic a minute ago.
I just was shouting her out because I knew she was in the audience and I was going to show her books.
I could chill with you till you're ready to wrap it up, unless you're.
Okay.
I got a few more minutes.
Down through my books, so we'll go through some of these comments here. Do I wipe down my books for any loose dirt before I put them in Mylar? No, I don't. And I've got some books that they need to be cleaned and pressed for that matter. But until I take the step of getting them graded, I'm probably not going to go through that much effort. I have picked up tools to do some cleaning, like erasers and stuff like that. But I'd like to try that out when I get a minute. Yeah, that one I pulled out was in really nice shape to begin with. Slightly off topic, but the Wonder Woman story, the Amazons Part 3 just dropped, and it was amazing. I'm not a DC person normally. I picked up the first issue of that, and I was like, but I know they've got different artists pitching in on each one. And I did see the cover, and I was like, that does look pretty darn good. So I might thumb through that when I see it at the LCS. Wonder Woman.
Did I let you just look through the books there?
Yeah.
Oh.
You didn't know that?
Well, I just always feel like breathing down my throat.
Well, you're not
Can I
supposed.
help you?
You're not supposed to sit there and read it. They do frown on that.
Actually, though, she knows I'm cool. So I'm like, can I help you? Yeah, I'm looking for this. It's right here. You ain't gotta be so know-all about it.
Look,
but
we're a little bit live, so I'm not going to get into my opinions.
I know, but it's good. It saves me time. I ain't trying to do all the extra walking looking for a book.
That's the one you sent me a while ago.
Oh yeah.
It's a dope. What do they call these, annuals?
Yeah, the 80-page giant.
Yeah. Big boxing, and then this is the book I was talking about earlier, The Speeding Bullets.
Yep.
So you kind of had the Silver Age version of this, where Batman was Superman, Superman was Batman.
Right. Yeah, I got to pull that out and reread it again.
Bruce.
I would love to see what the first one was like, because that'd probably be pretty good.
Monrog says erasers, makeup pads, and small sponges. Yep. And absorbing. I used to carry that at Hobby Lobby, and I went back to get some, and no, not so much anymore.
My wife gets it from the Mac store.
The Mac store?
Yeah.
Like the Apple store?
That would be the Apple store.
Okay.
The Mac store is the makeup store.
Got it. That's why I didn't know. All right. So
I watched too much Project Runway.
We talked a little bit about some of the books you picked up this year. I'll see if I can share this screen. Will it let me?
Ooh, and while he's doing that, we just talk about Notre Dame was dominant today.
They were, and it won't.
Yep, I guess that's the Notre Dame talk.
I'll keep going. I'll
Hail to. All right, so who do you think the quarterback's going to be for next year? I think Tyler Buckner's going to be in the transfer portal. Oh, yeah. I wish I was this organized about anything in my life. Anything.
All right, we'll try this. Share screen. We'll be brave. Entire screen.
Ooh.
Whoops. I can't look at both what I want to show and what's being shown at the same time. That's wacky.
That was kind of cool though.
Let's get rid of that.
Oh.
See, anyway, it won't let me show this. It used to let me just show that my open. There it is.
Get my readers out for this one.
There we go.
Oh boy.
So that's
that FF48. That's a daunting figure, my friend.
yeah. So this was my 2022 kind of target list, and I need to go through and mark off some of these things, like some of the Avengers. I did pick some of those up. So I haven't gone through this lately.
I like your style with the Teen Titans.
Yeah.
And the FF48 is a book I'm aspiring. If I make any leaps and bounds next year, it's going to be for that one.
So yeah, it's as I was taking a look at things today, as far as what I want to do, that slipped down a little bit on my priority list, but it's still a book I want to pick up. So I'll show that in just a second. Dave Enrique says, this I gotta live with this stuff. Talking about absorbing 7-point win dominant. Yeah.
Well,
I agree.
It was more dominant than the scoreboard says. I mean, we gave him 2 touchdowns from our quarterback, who won't be our quarterback next year.
Right. Yes, that is the first Thunder, and I did not grab it. And it is still a book that's on my radar. So
which one's that?
That's oh, you can see my mouse. It's this issue of Fantastic Four right here. So the spec was that Thunder was going to show up in the She-Hulk TV show, but she didn't.
Oh, I see it. It's in the middle on the right.
Yeah.
I mean, how long did it take you to do all this?
I spent about an hour today doing this one. So this is my.
I'm talking about getting the original.
Oh, that's next year. I thought you had a Kitty Pryde. Why you got another one?
Everything.
What the hell's that about?
About an hour today.
Oh, so if I sent you my list and like I don't know, X-Men 44, you do this for me?
Yeah, I'm your friend. Yeah, these are all just images I found on Google image search. It's not that hard. Yeah, the X-Men 129, I have a mid-grade. I've got probably a 5.0.
Okay.
And I just want to upgrade it because the market.
You're an upgrader.
What's that?
You're an upgrader. I'm not very good at that. Upgrading too much.
I've got a few books that I've either had for a while or I've picked up recently, and then once I got them, I didn't like the condition wasn't quite what I want. So.
Wow.
So yeah. On the left side, it shows what my priorities are. And so the FF48 is going to be a book I'm really targeting for this year. I think I'll have the funds, and I think the market's going to continue, maybe not continue going down, but it's going to be low for a while, I think, based on what we see in the economy and stuff like that. So each of these, they have the UG. That means I want to upgrade them. I own them already, but I want to upgrade the ones I have.
What is that Superboy?
The Superboy is, let's see, let me take a closer look. So that's Superboy number 98. That's first appearance of Ultra Boy. So I mentioned I'm really getting into, I want to target more of the Legion of Superheroes keys. So that's one of them. So it's the first appearance of Ultra Boy, which it just happened to be in a Superboy issue.
Okay.
Well, a couple of those books are books I like. I like X-Men 3 and Surfer 4 and 129. Those are on my list pretty much. The FF Annual, what is that, 6? That's a pretty good one. And the FF48.
Yeah. So realistically, knowing like what my buying habits are, if I'm disciplined, I should be able to land the FF48.
Okay.
I should be able to upgrade at least 2 of the 3 books I want I'm really looking for that Thor 160 because that's gonna finish up all the Thor keys that I want in my collection. I'm still, like I said earlier, I'm really after those 8 issues right around issue 100 of X-Men. So I want to target 97 through 100. But then you'll see that I got a list of stuff I'm on the lookout for, like that Brave and the Bold 60, Doom Patrol 99. So these are books, if I find them at the right price and I've got the money in the bank to spend, I might go after them.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen you with a Doom Patrol book.
I've got
Me? I got one Doom Patrol book. Which one are you going after, David?
99, the first appearance of Beast Boy.
Oh, I have the first solo series, so it's the one with the main title that says Doom Patrol for the first time.
Gotcha.
I'm pretty sure that's what I got.
So I want the 99. I want 99. I also want 121, which is the Death of the Doom Patrol. And this is all just going back to me being a new Teen Titans collector, and the Doom Patrol tied into those that title back in the day.
Oh, okay. That explains that crossover episode.
Yep.
That's how Beast Boy joined the Titans
Right.
on the TV show. I'm sorry, y'all. You know, I'm a TV guy.
Everything you learn from TV.
Exactly.
So then books on my radar those are books I'll probably chip away at. I'll get some of those as the year goes by. And then as far as grails go, this is just kind of my long-term list of these are books I'd like to have someday, but they aren't necessarily anything I'm counting on grabbing. But as I say, if I come into money, those are going to be the stuff I go after.
So those X-Men 97 to 100, will that complete some sort of run for you?
Once I get the 97 through 100, and then I'm on the lookout for 102 to 106. At that point, I will have everything from 94 through the end of the series, which was like 700 issues or something like that.
Jeez.
That's a doable list, bro. Most of these books are in the like $100 to $200 range. There's only a couple that's like 500 and up books.
Yeah. So I'll see how the stars align. The right books have to come in at the right price. So price is always part of the equation. I'm not going to just go out and just spend. One of the questions Dave Enrique had: how hard is it to find Strangers in Paradise 1, and what do they go for? So 9/8s, obviously, they're really rare and really expensive. They did 3 printings of issue 1, and each printing is 3,000 copies. So there are 3,000 copies of the first print out there right now on eBay. If you wanted to go out and get them, I think there's a graded 9.2, a 9.4, and maybe a 9.6. And the 9.2 and 9.4, like I want to say they're like $600 asking price, something like that. And then they go up quick after that.
Those on your list?
The Strangers in Paradise 1, that would. I'm on the lookout for a raw copy, obviously, but I have considered buying it slabbed. Metarog, I know he likes that Ultra Boy. Lady Fantastic's asking about 160. Where do I have a 160? Not sure. Give me more on that, and I'll answer that. Let's see. Metarog says, yeah, Doom Patrol used to be dirt cheap because it wasn't that popular. And the issue 121, I always would have thought would be a bigger key because it was like the death of a whole team. It's not. It's like a $20 book, $30 book.
All right.
Ben Compton, there you go. Go
Speak
get it.
into existence.
Yeah. So those are the books I'll be hunting for. Of course, usually my rule is generally if I'm going to buy some books, they're going to be from this list and maybe a few other things here and there that catch my eye. I went hard on the DC War books this year, which was not on my to-do list on my hunt list, so things like that do pop up. So, but we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
I got this Doomsday or Doom Patrol number 86. This is my favorite one.
Yeah, there you go. So is that the first issue? Yeah, where it's their comic, right?
Yeah, I think so. And it's the first Evil Brotherhood. People say that this is the book that inspired X-Men number 5 with the Evil Brotherhood or whatever the hell.
Okay.
And you got the guy in the wheelchair here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got a few first appearances besides that, and on top of being the first solo story, so it's a pretty historical Doom Patrol.
Nice.
Yeah, I would like to pick that one up eventually too. Yeah, there are a lot of similarities between Doom Patrol and X-Men, where there's debates about which inspired which.
This one reminds me of Incredible Hulk 2 also, because it's kind of got the monkey on the fucking thing, but in Hulk 2 it's like Toadman looking at something on the screen. It's like a screen cover kind of deal.
All right. All right. Well, I think that's about all I've got in store. We've got almost an hour and a half, so we'll start wrapping this thing up. Biggie, is there a hunt on tonight?
There is 11 o'clock p.m. Tony Sanders, The Hunt. It's going to be an extravaganza. The Comic Kings, Canadian three teammates are going to be battling against The Hunt with Who Dat, Chris Barrett and Tony. And I think there's going to be the World Championship with Dustin from Two Bros versus Bleecker Street Comics.
Very cool.
Yes.
You know, everybody loves that competition show. It's such a.
That's how J Hood first came in. He was a hooded luchador wrestling phenom. His first appearance.
I gotta find that one.
Yep, I cut a book.
I'm not making it up.
Yeah, it was fun. I wish I was able to stay up late on Friday nights to watch more of The Hunt. I've watched it a few times, but my eyes get weary.
It's all right, man. We'll catch you on your channel. You know what I'm saying? You catch me on mine. I start some stuff early enough. We all stay in touch pretty good. I'm proud of you, man. That's a great list. You're a hell of a collector, J Hood. I'm not on your channel enough. Try to show some cool books. Represent for my guy, J Hood. And hats off to you. You did this kind of video with Madness last year where y'all did your like yearly. We could make a whole big production out of it, really, but at least we got this video in. This was fun. I get to see what J Hood's going at. I'm going at some of them same books. So
yeah, I know JP just picked up the Teen Titans 1. He picked up that Brave and the Bold earlier this year. So I know that a lot of the stuff. There's a lot of books that all of us are going after chasing, like that Silver Surfer 4 and all that kind of stuff too. So.
Well, don't worry. I'll just step aside and let you guys focus on those books. I have other things I'm more concerned about.
You get that first reread. I don't have that damn book.
Woohoo! Yes, I do.
There you go.
I guess I have to wait till next Christmas to get to what's the next reread that I don't have.
I was debating whether or not to get the second print, which has got her on the cover. So
about as good as it gets. I don't think you get a better reread than the one you got.
Yeah.
Oh no! Hey.
You got the key.
You got the primo reread. Yeah.
Hey, there's no complaints coming from me.
All right, so we'll wrap this one up. Good seeing you, Biggie. Thanks for coming on with us.
Yeah.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, J Hood.
You're welcome. Shout out to everybody still in the chat with us. Magic Lasso, Lady Fantastic, Metarog, Ben Compton, Dave Enrique. Just thanks everybody for tuning in live. Thanks for everybody that tunes in on the rewind. Thanks for joining us. And remember, we remind you to keep your priorities straight on the J Hood Creative Channel. Faith, family, comic books, and we'll see you next time, guys.
Goodbye.
I guess I should have had my banner ready.
Yeah. Are we doing a show tomorrow now still?
No, that's it. We'll talk to you later, guys.
Luke.